shot, that three-point shot, you might get me once, but you're not going to get me twice.
Yeah. And Andy's saying you're a good defensive player. Come on now. That's like saying it's a little chilly on the North Pole.
Well, I wasn't really good in college. I'll give you that.
Auburn starting 5 after their win yesterday to get here to this matchup in round 2. Deja Alexander had 19 points and 9 assists against Vanderbilt, and Unique Thompson went for 21 and 9. For Mike Neighbors, Arkansas Razorbacks 22 wins on the season, the school record 10 SEC conference wins. Their familiar starting 5 led by the Splash Sisters, Tolfree and Ramirez. Arkansas in the home white. What can they do for an encore after last year's memorable run to the SEC championship game?
Well, I think you nailed it right there, Eric. Arkansas comes into this game, and now they are the huntee and not the hunted. And they're going to have to figure out a way. This Auburn team is hungry. They know what's up for grabs, and they know that they want to beat this team.
In fact, Mike Neighbors told us yesterday during Arkansas's practice that Auburn reminds him of them from a year ago. That team that is playing pretty well, to come in, was better than their record indicated, and make something happen. And Auburn is coming right out and making something happen. Aaron Howard, who made 5 threes yesterday in the win against Vanderbilt, knocks down her first shot.
Well, Howard was phenomenal yesterday, and she came out that first shot. She knew it was going in. You could tell today that shot she just took, she knew it was going in, and that's going to be something you're going to have to watch.
Close out by the excellent defender Robin Benton, the sophomore from Atlanta, who was slowed down at the start of the season, missed the first 9 games with a foot injury, but since she's gotten up to speed, she has been an elite defender for Terry Williams for the night.
Well, that's that three-point shot. You know that the Ramirez and Tolfree and even Dungy, they are able to knock down that shot. So as soon as they catch it, you've got to have a hand up.
Shot clock is down to 3. Open look for Ramirez, a breakdown by Auburn, and the way Amber Ramirez has been shooting, it's almost shocking that that did not go down. It will be Auburn ball. Ramirez, 23 of her last 38 from outside the three-point line in the previous 6 games.
Well, I mean, think about this. Coach Neighbors talked about this. He said Auburn has had the opportunity to play on this floor. They've had the opportunity to get comfortable in yesterday's game.
Well, they're pretty comfortable right now.
They didn't. Arkansas didn't have that opportunity yesterday.
How about this? An early timeout called by Arkansas. Just a minute 24 into the game as the Razorbacks are down 8 to Auburn.
And she had been the lockdown defender. You saw she already had 1 block on Tolfree, but she's been that lockdown defender at the head of the snake, and then it's kind of flowed down, but that has been their bread and butter.
So an early substitution here for Arkansas. Atiana Galton, who comes into the game. She has split point guard roles and duties with Michaela Daniels, the talented freshman. Rakia Doumbia has come in as well. Doumbia kicks her right out to Chelsea Dungy. Doumbia is an energy player. She will get to loose ball. She'll get offensive rebounds. She'll make the right pass. Also, Kiara Williams has come into the game here for Arkansas. So Mike Neighbors going with a line shift change here. Maybe it'll be a couple of minutes.
Well, you're trying to find energy, and Doumbia comes right in and gets the rebound. Of course, that turnover right there is what Auburn's known for. But she gets back and able to get that block. I'm a Doumbia fan already.
I'm a fan of your play-by-play. That was excellent.
You're looking for energy, Arkansas. Gotta find somebody that will get this team going.
So outside of the 3 substitutions where Tolfree and Thomas and Daniels have been taken out of the game as the senior, Kiara Williams reaches in and gets a steal. Would you like to paraphrase in friendliest terms possible what do you think Mike Neighbors told his team during that brief timeout?
Well, I think he's made a statement just by the substitution that he had, but he probably said before the game, you guys have to come in. He said yesterday, and they said it on the set, he was scared to death about playing this Auburn team, and it's really because of how well they play. They remind him so much of their team from last year, and you remember how hungry they were last year.
Dungy.
And it's interesting, when you look at Chelsea Dungy, last year she was the aggressor, and she was, any hole that was made, she was able to get in there.
Doumbia couldn't score. And here comes Auburn. Alexander, the senior for this Auburn team, who are playing so well. Unique Thompson had another double-double. Well, it came up just short of another double-double at 21 and 9.
Well, it's interesting to look at Unique, and she's got that right leg wrapped up in a whole bunch of bandages down her arm. I don't remember that from yesterday's game.
Dumbia on the drive, lost the handle. Now, you predicted what Mike Neighbors said. We've got him mic'd up. This is what he actually said in that huddle.
He's told you to go attack. Go attack. Play loose, play free. Let's go. We look obviously like the team that doesn't want to be here as badly as they do. Change that right here. That's it. Let's go. Go ahead. Go now. Don't wait. Go now. Get out there. Let's go.
There you go. That was the 35-second huddle, maybe a little bit less than that. Tollfree's back into the game after coming out. And here she comes as Arkansas looks for their first points of the game. This is a team that averaged 84.5 points a game, and they've got their first points.
Well, there you go. Tollfree had it on the left side the first time they got blocked, but to have to go out, that was the message that was sent. Come back in. Just be aggressive. Take your shot. Play. Have fun. I mean, how could you not want to play for a coach like Mike Neighbors and just in that huddle? I can't imagine what Pat would have said there.
We've got a second here, though. We had a whistle. Would you like to give us some of those great tips? he had a little softer touch.
A little soft. Yeah, he definitely had a softer touch. We'd have just got the glare.
Well, she got results, too. And he's gotten results with this Arkansas program since taking over now in his third year. 57 wins at Arkansas. 22 coming this year. Remember last year they ended up with 22 wins. They went 6-10 in the SEC, but they advanced to the SEC tournament title game for the first time ever. Auburn, after the 8-0 run to start, lit on the basket right now.
Well, Arkansas got lucky on that one. Chelsea Dungy trying to go for the steal.
Tollfree's got unlimited range, but that one wasn't close, and it was last touched by Taylor Thomas. Now Dungy will check out, and Amber Ramirez will check in.
You start looking out the guards that you have in there, and you're playing with a lineup of 4 guards right now. Taylor Thomas down low, but then again, Megan Walker is not your typical 4 player.
Into the game for Auburn is Annie Hughes. Here she is. And there comes Arkansas. This is what they do so well. You miss or you turn it over, they're going to run, and they're going to get to the free throw line.
Well, Deja Alexander was one of the stars from yesterday's game, and she had yet to score today. Actually, excuse me, she had 3 points.
So the substitutions continue here for Arkansas. Dumbia and Dalton check out. Daniels is back in along with Dungy. And here is Alexis Tollfree.
Well, I think, like I said, it's just the message that was sent. You got to put the right players in. Michaela Daniels is a freshman, and we have not talked about her. She did not make the all-freshman team, but she is a freshman. She is a player that's on this Arkansas Razorback team that has been one of the strong leaders and one of the keys to their success.
Arkansas did place Alexis Tollfree on the first team all-conference and Chelsea Dungy's second team all-conference, and that foul is called on Arkansas.
On Amber Ramirez, and Benton just drived going to the left. She's able to get that foul. It was a close one. It kind of looked like a block, but take it to the free throw line.
First personal foul on Ramirez. Auburn's missed their last 6 field goal attempts, but Benton delivers at the free throw line. Robin had 8 points and 4 steals. All 8 of her points Wednesday came in the second half of that victory over Vanderbilt.
Well, Benton is really known for her defense, and where they mix it up and they put different people up at the front. You saw Annie Hughes up there, but that normally is where Robin Benton has been.
Dungy on the drive. Eventually stepped out of bounds, looking for the call, didn't get it. That's something that hasn't been there as much for Chelsea Dungy second half of the season. That's getting to the free throw line. She scored so many of her points from the charity stripe.
Well, I think she changed her mindset a bit. I feel like last year she was more set. When she went in because she went in with such an aggressiveness.
Beautiful feed as Ramirez found Tollfree.
feel like going back to Dungy, I feel like Dungy has not had that same aggressive mindset. Now she wants the foul called instead of going in there and finish the play and getting the aim on.
Howard. Benton gets half a step, but couldn't get the layup. That's one thing Auburn can't afford to do today, and that's miss easy opportunities like that.
Well, Arkansas is so good and so effective in their transition offense, and you see they are always looking to run. It's even better when they run off of a miss or a steal.
Out of the scramble, Ramirez wide open again. She has not missed those wide open looks over these last several games, but she's missed a couple here today.
And Unique Thompson, Auburn, coming off of a double-double, has yet to really get an opportunity. And
there she is. Unique Thompson averaging 16 points and 11 rebounds a game at 21-9 against Van Eaton. Tolfree lost the handle, and it will be Auburn basketball. In fact, a beautiful feed by Ramirez from distance.
And how about Arkansas? Always looking up the floor, always running. Tolfree takes off. What a beautiful pass by Ramirez.
So substitutions include Deja Alexander heading to the bench. Morgan Robinson-Wagoo into the game for the first time for Auburn. Sanaya Wells has it. She's into the game. And Kaye White on the floor right now trying to post up against Thomas in the post.
And I think after you have, when you look at Auburn after playing yesterday, there will probably be more substitutions tonight.
Dungy gets the steal. Dungy to the left. Dungy all the way for two.
And a great drive by Chelsea Dungy taking a full court. Taylor Daniels almost had that steal.
Dungy
with another one.
Back on defense. Ramirez. The shouting started from that Arkansas bench because there was pressure coming from behind.
That is the worst pass.
Tie-up. Possession arrow will keep it with Arkansas.
Well, that's the worst pass when you look at trying to get the pass into a post player. You do not want to do a bounce pass. And of course, Chelsea Dungy off the steal. All the way to later.
Ramirez still trying to find the range.
Well, the interesting thing is Ramirez will eventually connect, and those shots are shots that you would normally take.
And to be clear, Mike Neighbors wants her to keep taking those shots. If she's going to be wide open for three, she's going to connect more often than not. Just not going down right now. And there she is defensively to tie up on the drive. Possession arrow should be flipped over. They never switched the arrow. Now they have. So it will be Auburn basketball. Arkansas is trying to sell it.
Your shot will fall.
Players on the court haven't completely figured it out because the arrow wasn't flipped after the last tie-up. Paul's right, though. It's Auburn basketball. Alexander back into the game. Gets the roll.
And I feel like that's going to be really important. Deja Alexander has got to be aggressive like she was in yesterday's game. She had to take a lot of shots yesterday to get her points, but she was aggressive. And when she's aggressive, the whole team is aggressive.
She was not at 100% when these teams met in the regular season. That's Golden with a kick to the corner. Ramirez still searching. Still fighting, though, after the miss. Deja Alexander rolled her ankle against Arkansas in the first meeting. Ended up playing 23 minutes. Left the game, got it taped up really tight. Came back in, but wasn't herself. Ended up with 19 points. Arkansas beat Auburn in that game, 86-70. Ramirez had 25 points and 7 threes in that game. So it gives you an idea. She had open threes against Auburn the first time. She's had open threes here today. Tolfree is doing the scoring right now for the Razorbacks.
Auburn not taking care of the ball. Arkansas has definitely increased the energy that they didn't start with. So been able to create some opportunity.
More on the floor for Auburn. Alexander will try again. Not this time. Dungy's got a rebound.
Yeah, Arkansas, and with a lineup that pretty much 4 players, 4 out of the 5, can bring the ball up.
Dungy misses the 3, and another tie-up. The arrow will keep it with Arkansas with the shot clock turned off. The three-point shot is such a big part of Arkansas's offense. They make almost 10 a game on average. Tops in the SEC. They connected 39%. This is quite the contrast for Auburn defensively, because they go from playing a team in Vanderbilt who took the fewest threes in the SEC this year, couldn't care less about a three-pointer, and here's Arkansas. We've already seen here in the first quarter how much they love the three-point shot.
Well, their defense has definitely shifted. So yesterday they were able to pack in the paint and try to make it hard in the paint for Vanderbilt. Today they have to expand their zone. You look at it, it's definitely out further than it was yesterday.
Toll-free couldn't hit from the corner to end it, and that will end the first quarter. An 8-0 run to start for Auburn, and they hold on to the lead heading to quarter number 2. And when we come back, Charlie Creed.
Be enough to get them in the tournament.
It would not. Auburn is in a position where anything short of winning the SEC tournament and claiming the automatic bid, they're not going to get in. They're at 11-17 right now. There's just nothing about the resume that speaks to the NCAA tournament. But an automatic qualifier in a huge run, which would be super exciting, would be the thing to do it.
And LSU is in a pretty solid position in getting in the tournament. But Tennessee, they play later tonight. They're a little more at risk. Why is that?
Well, Tennessee is a 10 seed right now, not among the last 4 in above that. However, if Tennessee were to lose to Missouri, that would knock them down just above the last 4 in. So they would be essentially the 5 teams removed from being out of the field. So it's very important that Tennessee at least take care of business and then get to tomorrow as well.
Always amazing, Charlie. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Back to you, Eric.
Toll-free launches from the corner. Arkansas is now 1 for 12 outside the three-point line. Thank you, Andrea, and thank you, Charlie. The game earlier that went to Georgia keeps them in the hunt for a potential NCAA tournament bid. It ended Alabama's hopes for making the NCAA tournament, so Alabama will now wait on the WNIT invitation. For Arkansas, and this should not be glossed over, when Charlie just says in passing, they're in the NCAA tournament, that should set off confetti cannons in Fayetteville, and I think Mike Neighbors would be the one to fire the cannon as finally one goes down for Toll-free. They are going to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2015. No small accomplishment, and one that they're trying to, as Charlie mentioned, enhance their standing here by playing in the SEC tournament and winning in the SEC tournament.
Well, I think the great thing is you look at this Arkansas team and you think about where they were a year ago from today when we were here at the SEC tournament. They were the ones that were fighting to have that opportunity. Now this year they are coming in, they have that opportunity, but every single game that they win potentially put them in a better situation.
Well, think about where Arkansas was, as you say, Tamika, last year. They lost 8 of their final 9 games in the regular season. So they came here to Greenville with everyone outside the program saying, well, this could be a one and done, or there's nothing happening here for Arkansas. But Mike Neighbors said, no, we played some tough teams. We were better than I think our record showed. And they came here and they went on that remarkable run, beating Georgia, then 12th ranked South Carolina, then 15th ranked Texas A&M to reach the SEC tournament title game where they would lose to Mississippi State.
And it was so fun to watch. It was so fun to see this young lady, Chelsea Dungy, went off last year. And we talked about even this, how she performed as of late. But she had other players around her. Alexis Toll-free has stepped up big. Michaela Daniel, their point guard, has led the team from that standpoint. Of course, Amber Ramirez. You go down the line of all the players, Taylor Thomas and what she's been able to do down low. She hasn't been asked to do as much, but we've got to know that Chelsea Dungy is going to do whatever it takes to make sure that her team does well and gets past this game.
That's what Deja Alexander's trying to do for Auburn. The senior knocks down another one. She has 7, putting Auburn back in front after Arkansas had taken its first lead up and up. Called in. Down for Thompson. That's her 4th.
I'm going to say Thompson is somebody to watch, number 20 on Auburn. The double queen, as we call her, but she is fun.
Well, right now there's nothing to rebound for Auburn when Deja Alexander is shooting. 10 points for the senior on 4 of 7 shooting, 2 of 3 from outside the three-point line.
And hopefully she can get that going for this game, because right now the only thing that's open is the outside perimeter shooting. Arkansas is doing a really good job on Unique Thompson down low.
Dungy with the pull-up gets it to go for 2 more. 7 points for Dungy, 12 for Tolfree.
If you take the 2 of them out, that's 19 points. All Arkansas points.
Auburn jumped out to a quick 8-0 lead in this game, forcing Arkansas to take a timeout. That one is off the mark, and Dungy bats it away, sticks with it. It's got Tolfree on her right. Pass fake and score for Chelsea Dungy.
And this is the Dungy that we are used to seeing, being able to make plays like that. This is a new season for every team that's come in. This is a new season. You start 0-0, of course. Auburn comes in this game with a win yesterday, but still it's 0-0 because every day you go out, you've got to take care of business.
I think Chelsea and Arkansas would like to think this is just a continuation of her last time playing in this building instead of
wouldn't that be nice?
A new season. Dungy scored the last 7 points for Arkansas. Next Tuesday, SEC Inside gives you an all-access pass to the women's basketball tournament. Never before seen footage and sounds. You go behind the scenes starting at 7 Eastern, 10 Eastern, I should say, 6 Central here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Goal-free, for free.
Well, Auburn has no chance whatsoever if you're going to allow Alexis Tolfree Ramirez to get wide open three-point shot.
Timeout called by Auburn with 5:48 to go in the second quarter. Arkansas in front by 3. Tolfree and Dungy, to Steffi's point, all 24 points for Arkansas. Auburn has seen all 5 of their starting 5 score. Chelsea Dungy heads to the bench. She's got 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals for the Razorbacks. Here's Benton from inside. 3 out of the timeout, and Dumbia's got a rebound.
Well, you said it, like if we could just go back to last year, the way that Dungy was playing in this tournament, and just turn the hands of the clock forward. I mean, she is playing lights out so far.
Tolfree doing her Chelsea Dungy impersonation here in Greenville. 17 first half points for Alexis Tolfree.
I'd like to see Auburn try to figure out a way to get Unique Thompson the ball down low, and some of it is that Unique is not posting up. Others of it is she's coming out and she's doing things like that, screening up top.
And looking for a rebound. Her teammate White gets it, and then it's blocked by Dumbia.
No, Kiara Williams with that block right there.
You always know to give credit where credit is due, especially for defensive play. So do that whenever you want.
We look at the box score sometimes and we say, wait a minute, they didn't count that last block. Blocks are so important. That's the defense. That's defensive mentality.
I thought you told me you didn't care about stats.
You don't care about stats, but we're reading other people's stats.
Why do they print box scores for you?
Not for me. It's for the players. We want to give credit where it's due.
Okay.
You just said that. We got to give credit where it's due. And then why do they print the box score? So we know what to talk about.
So here's the breakdown for Auburn. Their scoring compared to what Arkansas has done with the Tolfree Dungy combo.
Well, it's interesting when you look at this. 2 players that have given life as the shot gets stuck up there. Unique Thompson just jumps up, no problem.
Of course. Gotcha. When you're the double-double queen, you do whatever you want around the basket.
Well, you know, she can rebound, so if she's rebounding, probably means she's jumping over some people.
And you mentioned the fact that Auburn is struggling taking care of the basketball. Arkansas is making them pay. One thing Arkansas, probably that goes overlooked sometimes with this team, is how seldom they turn over the ball on average game by game. As Williams gets inside for her first points.
Well, the difference yesterday, we talked about the Vanderbilt defense, the way Auburn played Vandy. They were able to pack in the paint. Today, they have to stretch it out, and you see Kiara Williams get wide open in the middle of that zone. That's going to be effective. If Auburn's going to stay in their zone, they're going to have to find a spot in the middle of it for scoring.
Goes out defensively. Alexander working with Thompson. Dumbia was ready for it and knocked it away. Tolfree, the pull-up three. It will be Auburn basketball.
And you look at the bench, and Mike Neighbors, Tolfree looks at Mike Neighbors, and he's like, yeah, that's the shot I want. I mean, that is the shot that he wants from Tolfree, from Ramirez, from Dungy. They go into practice and just shoot. Like, I love at the end of their shoot-arounds when they just line up across the half-court line and just jack the shot up, and this is what they do.
So pull-up three is okay like that.
For her, it is.
You're okay with that.
I mean, different coaches have different systems, and Howard goes for that three. But different coaches have different systems. This is how they have played all season long. It's not like it's brand new.
Daniels, an easy path to the basket, just wouldn't go down for her after Howard hit a three on one end. A chance here for Auburn to perhaps turn the momentum with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Arkansas is doing a standing job. Part of their game plan is to deny Unique Thompson touches. And with the play of Daniels there, forcing the turnover.
Well, it's easy when Benton's looking right at Unique Thompson. She doesn't do a shot fake. She doesn't do she just tried to throw the ball directly in. But you can't look at where you're throwing. Unique is standing right in front of you.
Dumbia skips it. Ramirez. It's still on it for her. She's 0 for 5 from outside the three-point line. Again, came into this game with 96 three-pointers made at 46% on the season. Best in the conference.
Well, Ramirez, I mean, her next shot could go in.
And that's what you say about Alexis Tolfree every time it leaves her hand.
Well, Tolfree already with 20 points. We still have 2 minutes left in the second quarter.
12th time she's gone for 20 or more this year. She did it twice all of last year.
Well, imagine if she stays on this path and just how many points she can end up scoring.
Out of bounds, last touch by Auburn. It'll be Arkansas basketball.
Unforced turnovers. Auburn has struggled at times with turning the ball over. They have 9 turnovers currently, but not taking care of the ball.
Kiera Williams against Thompson.
And doesn't back down. Kiera Williams knows Unique Thompson has to stay on the floor. Unique Thompson does a good job of keeping her arms up, but you know what? We gotta figure out a way to get her going.
Auburn is 1 for their last 7 from the field. That one was a three-pointer hit by Howard, who can't hit this time. Auburn tracks it down in the corner. Alexander, she can't hit a three. And Ramirez comes away. Tolfree calls for it. Tolfree dishes. Williams is fouled.
Arkansas' transition game has been really effective today. They are running on makes, they are running on misses, and Auburn, what they're trying to do is make sure that Auburn can't set up their press or their zone, so they are flying out. See down there, fast break point, 13 fast break points for Arkansas.
Williams at the free throw line. Let's listen in to what Mike Neighbors had to say a moment ago.
Hey, see what happens when we move, attack, get great shots. You have time to check the area, check the wind, let it go.
Meteorologist Mike Neighbors checking in. So what you're saying, you have time when you move the ball like that.
You got to move it quick, too. And Arkansas has done that. They moved the ball quick. They crisp passes, and they've been out in that transition.
Final minute of the second quarter. Alexander back to Howard. Wells back into the game. And Daniels comes away. First points for the freshman from Frederick, Maryland. But her third steal.
Well, this game could get really out of hand if Auburn doesn't start taking care of the ball, and I think they need to expand the floor out. They're all inside the three-point line.
Alexander defended by Tolfree. Ramirez was there defensively and ready for it, and it will be Arkansas ball with 16.2 to go. So I'll give Amber Ramirez a ton of credit. Her three-point shot is off today. It has been on for most of the season, but she's trying to contribute any way she can, including defensively.
Well, that's why she's still out on the floor, because of what she is doing defensively. She's playing great man-to-man defense. She's getting steals. She's getting rebounds. She's looking up the floor on the transition offense, and she's doing all the little things that keep her on the floor.
Tolfree couldn't get it on the drive. A chance here for a final heave from Alexander. Caught iron, and that is it for the first half. It was a slow start for Arkansas, but Alexis Tolfree shot the Razorbacks in front. She had 20 points in the half. She was 1 for 2 from the field. Deja Alexander, a pretty good first half. Erin Howard knocked down a couple of threes. They've got to get Thompson going.
Well, they got to figure out a way to get Thompson going and get her posting up, down low. Right now, you see her up here at the three-point line. She does that pick and roll, but I really think it's more effective to try to figure out a way to get her down low where you have the opportunity to get it to her.
So the post up right now, Chelsea Dungy is keeping an eye on her teammate Taylor Thomas to see if they'll bring some help. Here's Alexander. Benton couldn't save it. It will be Arkansas ball.
Well, everybody stopped playing on that possession. They thought it was an air ball, went out of bounds, but Benton was the only player that kept playing, trying to be super active. I think you saw like a reverse roll in that first quarter because Auburn came out on fire where Arkansas wasn't. And Dungy continues to dominate the limited minutes that she's been in the game. She has been very effective.
She's got 12 points. She's knocked down a couple of three-pointers, a couple of rebounds, and a couple of steals as well. Right, trying to get to Benton. There's another steal for Chelsea Dungy. Dungy. For Daniels.
Arkansas looks really good in their transition game. They weren't able to get that finish, but the way they are streaking up the sideline or up the court.
Trying to get it into Thompson, and she'll earn a trip to the free throw line. So in the first half, Alexis Tolfree was 4 for 9 from outside the three-point line. The rest of the team was 1 for 10. She finished with 20 points. We talked about the scoring for Auburn, how Arkansas, to Tamika's point, looked so good in transition. They had 17 fast break points. I'll tell you a number that jumps out as well. Arkansas did not turn the ball over in the second quarter. We have mentioned how they take care of the ball, averaging 11 turnovers a game on the season. That's best in the SEC. That helped them outscore Auburn 26-10 in the second quarter.
Well, I mean, they had 4 turnovers for the game, sitting on Auburn's 11 turnovers. But Arkansas
not going to stop shooting. We've established that. Thompson muscles it up and the foul.
And that's what Auburn has got to get more of from Unique Thompson. They've got to get her posted up, spread the floor out, get the shooters on the outside, and get the ball inside to Unique Thompson. When she gets it down there, she's so dominant. You saw that post move coming over her left shoulder and trying to make that end run.
Dungy lost the dribble. Deja Alexander comes away with it. Tolfree giving chase. Alexander, no. White, yes. Tofree will head to the free throw line to shoot a couple.
That'll be interesting to see how many seconds it takes for Arkansas to take the ball out of bounds and get the ball up court. They are not allowing Auburn to set up their press at all. Tofree, White scores. Next thing you know, you turn your head and Tofree's down on the other end of the court.
Well, Mike Neighbors has said it time and again. They want to shoot within the first 7 to 10 seconds of the shot clock. That's when they're at their best. 17-point lead at the moment for Arkansas. SEC Now, Alyssa, Andy, and Steffi. They're here today. They'll be here tonight. They'll preview games. They'll recap games. They've got it all covered on the SEC Network. Also available on the ESPN app, so you can catch it anywhere.
I got my ESPN app.
And just haven't locked in the SEC Network. You haven't locked in the Alexis Tofree limit? Because that
I
is...
don't know about that. I don't know about that. And Unique Thompson, see, that is what she does. Not able to connect on that shot.
And White got tied up fighting for the rebound. It'll be Arkansas ball. Golden will come in for Daniels. Kara Williams is in the game for Arkansas. She scored 6 points in the first half. Mike Neighbors went to his bench very early in this game, a little over 90 seconds in. He took a timeout. His team was down 8-0.
Well, since that timeout, their team is looking a lot different than the first 90 seconds of the game.
Dumbia, one of those players who came off the bench in that opening 2 minutes, the drive, and she's got her first 2. Howard launches. The rebound for Arkansas. Here's Golden. Ramirez.
Of course, Dumbia would be the one.
Ramirez will try again. Did you mean the time between Ramirez three-pointers or the time it takes him to get up the court? Here's that breakdown. The first 90 seconds, they made their first 3 field goals. The Tigers did. They had 8 points, but you see what's happened since that slow start for Arkansas.
Well, look at this defense. Look at when Unique Thompson is down low. They're always helping off for White. Auburn was able to find White this past time, but they've got to figure out that is going to be the key for them.
White's done well. She's got 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Thompson's got a rebound. That is her 10th. To go along with 6 points. Deja Alexander adds to her points on the first points of the second half for the senior. And a foul is called on Auburn. That will get us to a timeout with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. We'll listen in on Mike Neighbors and one of his huddles coming up next.
One thing that he told me early in the season is he spends a lot of time trying to figure out how to effectively communicate with this generation and with his players. He's reading books. He's doing research. He really wants to know how to best get his messages across to his team, guys.
All right. Now, Drea, you're part of this generation. You're a young kid. What is the best way to get through you? Because as a dad, I'd like to know if you've got any tips for me here.
Well, listen, I think honestly it just depends on the player. It depends on the person. But for me, I really like to know the why behind things. I like to have good reasoning for what's going on and what's happening. And I think he does a really good job at explaining every single thing that he wants them to do and why they need to do it.
Dungy off the miss. Howard with the rebound. Dre, that was a very measured adult response. I'm going to go take that and play it out in the loop to my kids.
Well, I agree with Dre. I mean, there's different ways to communicate with different players. I was a player that really you tell me one time and I'm going to do it. I don't necessarily need to know the why. I just need to know that it worked. If it works and it's successful the first time, I'm going to do it. But then there's some more analytical people that need to know the why.
I think Drea speaks for a lot of people who just want an explanation. You want to, if I'm doing something well, remind me that I'm doing something well. If you want me to fix something, I'm happy to do it. And I think that kind of communication goes a long way with everybody, not just college kids out here, like this Arkansas team and this Auburn team.
Well, I think you do a pretty good job of communicating.
Thank you. However, the truth hurts, so if you want to get to the next part of it.
Now is not the time.
Oh, thank you, Dumbia, knocking down the three in the corner. Rukia Dumbia, the sophomore, with her second field goal.
And wow, Dikembia come into the game early on, changes the game, changes the whole feel of this Razorback team from the defensive end, and now offensively you've seen her package. I mean, I didn't know she was a three-point shooter like that. Stepped into it.
Mike Neighbors at halftime talked about making the extra pass, and there's another example of it as they found Dungy wide open. She had time to check the wind, check the weather like he had showed us before, and it's a timeout called by Auburn. Can't ask for much more than that for Arkansas, up by 22 here in the third. So far on 21 made field goals.
Well, when you move the ball as well as Arkansas has moved the ball, and then when you have a coach saying, hey, make the extra pass. You might not be open this time. The next player will be open, or the ball will come back to you. You'll have a wide open shot.
Well, Auburn takes that timeout. What were they talking about, Drea?
Well, in the huddle, Deja Alexander and Unique Thompson were asking the coaching staff if they could go man-to-man. They didn't feel like the zone was being effective. They didn't feel like they were getting anything out of the zone. So we'll see if they make a shift on defense.
Dungy, before Auburn can get set on defense, knocks down the three.
I was going to say, I don't know if they're in a man or a zone, but Dungy steps up and knocks that shot down, so we'll have to wait one possession. Auburn won't be able to get anything set as long as they keep turning the ball over.
Baldwin turned that shot into a pass, and then Dumbia double dribbled, two hands on the ball, and it's going to be
I love seeing
Auburn
that
ball.
smile on her face. She knew she had done it, but she didn't know if they were going to call it, and that's one thing you learn from the coach. You just got to keep playing.
That is the second second turnover for Arkansas since the first quarter. Hughes. Golden splits defenders and finishes.
What a nice move by Golden. Andy Hughes trying to step up and take that charge, but Golden does a great job with that side step.
One of the things, Tamika, for Arkansas when it comes to taking care of the basketball, which they've done well since the first quarter, and they've done well all season long. How is it that they have such a low number, yet they play at such a high pace and tempo? You would think when you're playing at this quick a pace that you'd be prone to turning the ball over a little bit more, but it doesn't happen with them.
Well, he talks about being functionally fast. Coach Neighbors, functionally fast, which therefore means you go as fast as you can go, and it makes sense. You're not turning the ball over. You're not making really bad decisions. So he wants them to go fast, but within the pace and within the individual flow that flows into the game.
30 seconds to go here in the quarter. Dumbia sets for three. Just waiting to find on the inside is Thomas.
Nobody boxes Thomas out to be able to get that rebound in the putback. But let's go back to Golden with that little side step, a little shimmy around Annie Hughes.
Pretty good 1-2 punch at the point guard position for the Razorbacks. Golden's the redshirt junior, the Florida State transfer in her second year with Arkansas. Had a preseason knee injury, was really limited in what she could do before the season opener. And then when she was back at full strength, Michaela Daniels, the freshman point guard, had established herself as the number one. But they are co-number ones in the eyes of Neighbors, it sounds like.
Co-number one, I like that. That just sounds really, really good. But I think you have two different players. Michaela Daniels, obviously, freshman, but not playing like a freshman. And then, of course, Tatiana Golden, when she comes in, just her experience. And I think she's been a great leader for Michaela Daniels, even when she got back.
Robinson Wangu is fouled hard, and she'll go to the free throw line with 4 seconds to go in the quarter.
Auburn still trying to figure out what they need to do. And, against this Arkansas team, if nothing else, is working for you, you have to put your head down. You got to figure out, get to the free throw line, drive it in, try to get some easy buckets. And they gotta make their free throw. And right now,
4 for 8 after the first attempt. 1 of 2 for the freshman, her first point. Golden gets across half court. That extra pass wasn't going to work out as the horn sounded to end the third quarter, but it's all Arkansas right now. They made the memorable run last year. They're trying to make a run this year, and they've got the shooters to...
What do you think makes him such a special coach?
Man, he believed in Lex from the beginning. He believed in her when she didn't believe in herself, and he puts everything into these girls. So I'm with Mike Neighbors. I really like him.
Aaron, thank you so much. Back to you, Eric.
Hey, I'm with Mom's shirt.
I'm with Mike, too.
Well, how about the shirt, though? Did you... I mean, Andrea, that's Alexis Flex shirt. Is that for sale somewhere? Because I think we could... Well, there it is.
I like that.
Is that just a mom special right there, or can we find that somewhere?
Listen, she said it's not available. This is special order. You got to score 24 points to get one. Can't get it, guys.
24 points at the end of 3 quarters. Yes, yeah. Thanks, Drea.
And I believe in that. You know, Coach Neighbors, we've gotten a chance to talk to him time and time again, and he's always so complimentary of his players, and he believes in them. Like you said, sometimes more than we believe in ourselves as players, and you can tell the way that she plays. She's so free. Every single time we've gone to Arkansas, she's always the first one in the gym. I don't know who, between her, Dungy, and Ramirez, who's on the court first, but they are always shooting before practice, always shooting after practice. They definitely put in the work.
Yeah, that's a green light shot right there for Tolfree. You heard Mike Neighbors in the all-access piece. Look, an easy one, don't force it, but if it's a wide-open 3 like that, and that's a layup for Alexis Tolfree today, she knocks down another one from outside. She's now 6 of 12 from the three-point line. 27 points.
Yeah, time and score for Sharon. You kind of want to take your time. You know, you look at Auburn, and I don't know if it's the effect Howard knocked down that shot, but I don't know if it's the effect of having played yesterday and having to come out, and that's one of the main reasons why when you go and you look at SEC tournament and even towards the end of conference play, a lot of players are talking about, or a lot of coaches talk about where you're going to be seated and not having to go in playing on Wednesday. And this is a prime example. Auburn looked great yesterday. They looked fresh. They were moving the ball. Unique Thompson was unbelievable down low. Howard stepped up. Deja Alexander. But now day 2, you got to come and you got to play another great team in a totally different system that they play, and you got to figure it out fast.
That will drop in for Daniels for 3. Well, the number that jumps out, too, is yesterday, especially in the second half, Auburn was able to dial up their defense and turn Vanderbilt over. Vanderbilt turned it over 25 times yesterday, and Auburn scored 31 points off those turnovers. They only had 5 points off turnovers per game against Arkansas, a team that takes care of the ball. And
right on cue.
Maybe the Arkansas fans want me to cease and desist right now. There's a point, 3 points, in fact, off a turnover. Knocked down by Robin Beck.
Well, and I think one thing Arkansas has to be careful of is in that last total, as Neighbors talks about, you know, time and score and being able to make the right shot and make the right decision. What you don't want to see this team do is revert to being passive and passing the ball and not playing with the same aggressiveness that they've had pretty much the last 2.5 quarters or 3.5 quarters.
That goes over the top, and it'll be Arkansas basketball. Golden and Thomas set the check back in for Arkansas as Daniels and Williams will head to the bench. And we talked about it at the top of the show with Auburn knocking off Vanderbilt by 10. They're going from the team that attempted the fewest three-point attempts in the conference to the one with the most. And Dungy doesn't need the 3, she'll drive for the 2.
And that's a really good job by Chelsea Dungy. It's good to see her getting back into playing the way that she's capable of playing. She struggled a little bit this season and had a lot of highs and lows, but going back to Coach Neighbors, he believes in his team, he believes in his players, and he's constantly in her ear about how good she can be, and just stay within the flow, stay with it.
How about the last 5 games for Chelsea Dungy here in the SEC tournament in reverse order from today going backwards. 23, 24, 17, 31, 31.
Nice little lineup right there. See, and you too can get a shirt. You have to get a Chelsea Dungy shirt.
Yeah, 24 in the championship game against Mississippi State last year. She's got 23 here today. Remember, she started the tournament last year with back-to-back 31-point games against Georgia and against South Carolina. Golden. And the foul.
Golden just makes it look so easy. She did that, and then she just walked away. Like, I do this in my sleep. I do this every single day. Pulling out all the little moves today. Tiana Golden, great move right there. Just goes up strong, not even worried about the foul, just worried about finishing.
Benton whistled for the foul. Good hustle play by Thomas, not quitting on the glass after the missed free throw. And a second chance here is Doumbia. Had it tipped out of bounds.
Doumbia got lucky that time. Arkansas players got their hand on the ball.
Ramirez. All she's got is the 1 3-pointer here today in the 10 attempts.
Well, you know, let's go back to what Drea said in the huddle about Unique Thompson and Deja Alexander asking coach to switch out of the zone into a man-to-man. Well, now they're in a 1-2-2, more packed end zone, but Arkansas is still able to get pretty much any shot that they want.
Unique Thompson outside for 2. It's a double-double for Thompson. How many times have we said that? 22 times this season. 42 times now in her career. And a foul called on Arkansas. So 10 and 13 for Unique Thompson. And Chelsea Dungy with 23 points for Arkansas. And here it is, game by game in the SEC tournament.
Yeah, she took the SEC by storm last year when she came out that first game and hit 31. Everybody was like, okay, that's good. But everyone against Georgia. And then when she came out the next game and did it against South Carolina and they beat South Carolina, that's when everybody really was locked in. And then it became that Cinderella story that you were so excited to come out and see what Chelsea Dungy could do.
Well, she went for 17 against Texas A&M, and the winner of this game will take on Texas A&M tomorrow afternoon here in Greenville. Kaye White at the free throw line for Auburn.
In Auburn, they look different than they did yesterday. Not that they look tired, it's just the press that they have, the energy that you have to expend, and then you got less than 24 hours before you got to do it again and be prepared to play a great Arkansas team.
Ketch, you're absolutely right. I talked to Coach Flo coming out of halftime, and that's the one thing she said. She said, we're tired. We are mentally tired. She said she didn't know if they would have the mental toughness to push through that fatigue, lock in on defense, and make that comeback.
And I think that they've tried. I mean, they came out, they started the game out strong, but when Arkansas came and Tofi started knocking down those shots, you kind of see them, their shoulders dropped a little bit, and they kind of got inside their own head. But I don't think we should discount how good Auburn is and what they've been able to do this year.
Oh, they got a win here in Greenville. They took Tennessee right to the wire in the regular season finale. Such a slow start for Flo's team, going 0-5, getting outscored by a wide margin, but they stuck with it, got the defense back up to speed, and of course, that's how she's made her mark in this conference of being a really strong defensive team. We saw that in flashes yesterday. We've seen it throughout the second half of the season. Taking on a fresh team that's averaging better than 84 points a game this season. That's a bad combination.
Yeah, I mean, functionally fast. They are fast and they move. They don't even give Auburn an opportunity to set up their press. The way they get the ball out, they get the ball moving.
Thompson with the turnaround, can't get it. Thompson's got the putback for two.
And Unique Thompson is working the boards, working it on offense.
Toll-free. Can't get this one, and it's Alexander with it for Auburn. Alexander will try the three. And Toll-free's got the rebound.
And Auburn trying to keep up with Arkansas. Great pass by Toll-free to Taylor Thomas down low.
First points for Thomas to go along.
By Toll-free to Taylor Thomas down low.
First points for Thomas to go along with her 4 rebounds and 4 assists.
And honestly, Taylor Thomas is not out there to score. Her job is to try to keep Unique Thompson contained. And she did a good job in the first half. Second half, either Auburn or Unique has really been committed to getting down low and posting up.
Correction, I shortchanged Taylor. I don't want to do that. Tamika made it clear to me. He's got to make sure everybody's got what's coming to him. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists for Taylor Thomas. No matter how you add it up, it equals happiness for Arkansas and their head coach up by 22. Trying to make it. I think a lot of people are excited to see South Carolina take the floor because that's a team that right from the start of the season, they've had one bump in the road, and that was against Indiana. Very good team. Since then, they've won 23 in a row. What has impressed you the most about a South Carolina team that we'll have a chance to see here tomorrow at noon?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the freshmen that are on that floor. Ramirez gets her second 3 of the game. Been struggling a little bit, but I think going back to South Carolina, it's the freshmen. I love their senior leadership in Ty Harris and what she's been able to do. Obviously, Kiki Herbert-Harrigan has stepped up her game, and I know I'm giving you a whole bunch of things.
You can't pick one.
I know. You can't pick one when you're talking about South Carolina because they've been so effective. Of course, Coach of the Year, Dawn Staley, what she's been able to do with her players. I mean, it's so much fun to watch their team play.
You know, the answer could be when I say, what's the one thing? You can say all of it or everything. That counts too.
I wanted to give you detail because if I say all of it, then you don't get the full grasp of what I mean.
That's Wells getting her first points of the game for Auburn. Daniels back to Toll-free. Toll-free has attempted 14 three-pointers today. Kiera Williams will have a little bit of a smile coming up the court because that one was off the mark from Ramirez, which worked out well for Williams.
I think the pass. Ramirez wanted to do an off-the-backboard pass to her teammate.
Kaye White answers on the other ends. White's got a new career high today. She's got 15 points.
And Toll-free hits yet another three-point shot.
Yeah, time to flex, Mom.
It'd be fun to see her mom on the side.
She's done that now for the 4th time this year, all against SEC competition. So Arkansas trying to set up a match with Texas A&M. Then the winner of the A&M Arkansas game would take on the winner of the South Carolina Georgia game. And you can see what's on the line for South Carolina. They bring that 23-game winning streak into their game tomorrow against the Lady Bulldogs.
Well, I think when you look at tournament time, I've said this plenty of times, and it's used for the three, said this plenty of times, but if you look at tournament time, it's an opportunity for teams to literally scrape out whatever the regular season record was and start over. Everybody starts at 0-0.
Amber Ramirez now getting rolls for three-pointers. She's got her 3rd made three. 88 on the board for Arkansas. Hughes almost got the roll, and the rebound for Erin Barnum, who's on the floor for Arkansas. Now, time being called for a few more substitutions to get into the game.
Amber Ramirez wanted to get one more shot attempt up.
So Dumbia will head off, Ramirez will head off, Daniels will check out, and Alexis Toll-free playing the Chelsea Dungy role after one game. Dungy went for 31 in game 1 of the tournament last year. Toll-free goes for 30 in game 1 of the tournament this year.
And she has been phenomenal today. She came out, like I said earlier, she was not ready to play, but when she came back in the game, she stepped up her game. Mike Neighbors challenged her. I know you're better than that. She said, you know what, Mike, I am better than that. How about I hit 30 for you?
Avery Hughes has come into the game for Arkansas. Grace Spangler has checked in as well. Marquisha Davis is in. Destiny Oberg is in. I want to give all the credit where it's due, and Barnum was already into the game. So here's toll-free's line here today. Davis is in. Destiny Oberg is in. I want to give all the credit where it's due, and Barnum was already into the game. So here's toll-free's line here today. 7 of 15 from outside the three-point line. Her career high was 35 against Missouri this year. She went for 30 against Kentucky in that big win for Arkansas against the Wildcats. And she's got 30 here today. Natalie Kelly into the game for Auburn.
And you got to give props to Auburn coming out today. Their performance yesterday against Vanderbilt was great. But they had to exert a lot of energy to get that win. And Arkansas was able to save a day and come out. And every single player that has hit the floor has been effective. Of course, this is a group that hasn't really gotten a lot of time. But this is a perfect time in this tournament to allow them that opportunity to get on the floor. Arkansas is going to play in the NCAA at somewhere, so they'll have an opportunity to rest some players and get some players some game time.
Freshman hits at the free throw line. (90-64) to your point, Tamika, when you're playing back-to-back games in the SEC tournament and that second game is against a team like Arkansas that likes to go quickly, likes to score a lot. And they put 90 on the board here today. That is a tough matchup. That's Howard scoring again. She's had a good SEC tournament, went for 15 against Vanderbilt. She's got 12 here today. So the season will come to a close for Unique Thompson, who posted another double-double. She went for 12 and 15, so that will give her 22 double-doubles this year, 42 for her career, the junior out of Alabama.
And she's only a junior. Like, this is the fun part for Unique Thompson. We'll have a whole nother year to watch her.
Broke DeWanna Bonner's school record for double-doubles. That will drop down. It's a 2. And that will do it. After a slow start, turns out to be an impressive 2020 debut for the team that impressed so many in 2019. The Arkansas Razorbacks win.